Will people not tip you if they find out you're making good money serving? I saw this comment and I felt compelled to make a reply because this is a legitimate question and or concern, and I appreciate Dominicano for Life for bringing it up. And I'm going to be totally honest with you, I had the same fear. I mean, just look at the setup here. Prior to the Six Figure Server coming out, I've lived in my community for about 14 years, and even though it's a decent sized city, it's not large enough to the point where you can really blend in. If you're a social person, everyone pretty much knows everyone else. It's predominantly middle to upper middle class, definitely some people with some money here, but also a lot of people that would be classified as lower income as well. So it's extremely diverse, and I'm definitely a known figure here in my community just because of how long I've worked in the restaurant industry here. I mean, I can't stop and buy a dozen eggs without bumping into 3 different people I've served a dozen times just from working in restaurants. So for all these years, I've quietly just been making all this money, and I definitely had the fear that, oh my god, this book is going to come out, and with it I'm going to announce my income, and people are going to be like, dude, what? I am not tipping this guy anything anymore if he's making that much money. It's really important to note, I didn't plan to just put this book out and then quit serving. I planned to put this book out while continuing to keep working full-time serving my community. And this is something that's plastered all over my personal social media accounts that I make posts about all the time. I mean, I didn't write this book under a ghost name. This is really who I am. So what happened? Shockingly, the opposite happened. People actually took me more seriously, seemed to have more respect for what I was doing, and actually started tipping me more. And I think there's something to this. I've read about this before, this psychology of where you can underprice and undervalue your services, especially as an independent business owner, to the point that it really kind of puts people off. But suddenly you start charging people more and you're taken more seriously, seen as more of a professional or expert. And I think this comes into play here. I've also seen a huge rise in non-restaurant people post-pandemic that have been calling for better wages for servers, benefits, etc. in light of the nationwide staff shortage. Lastly, let's be brutally honest here. Someone that's looking for a reason not to tip you, they probably aren't the kind of person that's going to tip you good anyways, right? Do I still get bad tips or total stiffs? Yeah, of course, that's part of being a server. If you put yourself out there and say, look, this is what I do. This is how I make my living. I am serious about this. If you want great service, come sit in my section and I will deliver. You will find plenty of people that are not only willing to respect that, but also pay good money for that.